Yeah, so I believe in the 3 I's. They're kind of the core values that our law firm believes in and I personally believe in. The 3 I's, they're integrity, intentionalism, and intensity. So let's break those down.
Yeah.
One of the main core values talking about this foundation is integrity. You have to be honest in everything that you do. Integrity, either you have it or you don't. You don't have a little bit of integrity. It is either a character trait or a character flaw. I fundamentally believe there's no gray area in that. If something goes wrong, admit it. If someone asks you a question, be honest with them and demand integrity in everything that you do and demand integrity in others. One of the core things you look at in other people, if you want to associate with them, you want to work with them, you want to be friends with them, is clearly integrity, because it is truly a core value. And we have it, I preach it at my law firm, I preach it with my family, I preach it in everything I do, and it is the fundamental I of the 3 I's. The second I is intentionalism.
Okay.
And intentionalism is a brilliant thing. It seems so simple, Greg, but once you start studying it and really getting intentional with things, it changes your life. Intentionalism is essentially doing things on purpose and for a reason. We don't do things just because we can. An example is you start your day in the morning and you end the day and you're like, what the hell did I do all day?
Yeah.
Because you're sitting on email, you're answering everyone else's issues, you're not getting anything done. When I start the day, I come up with a list of things I need to get done that day, and I write them down, and I make sure I do things to accomplish those. And it may be something as simple as goal setting, but intentionalism means the way we try cases. Be intentional with your marriage. Be intentional with the way you parent your children.
Yeah.
Be intentional with your money. Be intentional with the way we try cases. Be intentional with how we get to trial and how we try cases. I always say you don't just wander into an acquittal. You can wander into charges really easily,
yeah.
but it's being intentional with how you do things. You don't just show up and do it. Everything has a purpose. So the second I is intentionalism. And the third I is kind of the gasoline you pour on. And once you get that little fire burning of the integrity and the intentionalism, you pour that third I of intensity. Intensity, you pour intensity into your integrity. You pour intensity into your intentionalism. And no matter what you do, whether it's the practice of law, whether it's trying cases, whether it's being a good parent, whether it's trying to build your finances, whether it's coaching on the soccer field, if you have intensity, and you pour that into your integrity, pour that into your intentionalism, you will thrive in everything that you do. We don't do anything with half measures, Greg. If you're going to do something 60% or 70%, don't do it. It's kind of like when I tell my staff, if I see them multitasking, I hate that word. Multitasking means I'm doing 3 things poorly.
Right.
Stop the other 2, focus on one, be intentional with your time, and pour that intensity into it. Those are the 3 I's. Once you have the integrity, the intentionalism, and the intensity, you can accomplish anything. And once we started implementing that into the core values of our law firm, I saw growth, I saw wins, I saw outcomes I never thought were even possible. And every single time, Greg, without exception, when I look back as to how we did a certain task, how we accomplished a certain result, no matter what type of case it was, those core values always come into play.